Putting on, putting on. Everywhere I go, putting on. Putting on, putting on. Everywhere I go, putting on. Putting on, putting on. Everywhere I go, putting on. Putting on. What you want?
Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We making noise. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We making noise. Hold on. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, hold on, hold up. Hold on, hold on, hold up. Let's get on right now though. Smell that on me, they gon' follow. Like she won a lotto. Really must be serious. Hold up, scared of heights, come face your fears. Hold up, hold up. Do it just like Nikki, gonna it over. Say she roll with me, she tired of being a loner. Young, but you know I'm ready. Oh, foreign girls call me. But I'ma get back to the point, baby. Hold up, hold up. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, hold up, hold up. We making noise. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, hold up, hold up. We making noise. Hold up. Hold up, we them boys.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. You drive me crazy. Number one, girl, you can't replace me. Lead a club, these bras be trying to chase me. Come roll with me in my Mercedes. Hold up, I see they broke, I see they lazy. Man, they money slim, they acting shady. I'm in my brand new car, who wanna race? Girl, you ain't come up on, so why you showing up? I'm taking them shots on my partners, they loaded up. Man, on the low, all these be acting so material. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, hold up, we making noise. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, hold up, we making noise. Hold up. Hold up, we them boys.
Tell them where I'm from. I make the 6 straight jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the California sun on the west side. East Coast, where you at? Just got to New York like a net on a jet to London. To Brazil, to Quebec, like the whole world took effect to Ferg. Tell them lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your Getting with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit, and me on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, ASEAN saying, Vegas saying, Rio saying, Tokyo saying, Down Under saying, Miami saying, Jamaica. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. Tell them where I'm at, from the plaque to the everything fat, got muzzled on a track. My girls all stacked. When I roll down the window, let me know where you at. Atlanta, North, South, Kekalak, Texas Grill, Cadillacs, through Miami, then back to London, Jamaica, then France. The whole world took effect to fart. Tell them, lay back, slow down, better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down, what you represent when we come to your down. Say, getting with the business when I come from Kansas City, hit Manila till it's Christmas, out to India, visit Puerto Rico, is this wizard, bring my people back to Venice. LA got the people saying, Moscow saying, España, Kingston saying, San Diego saying, Chi-Town saying, Germany saying, La Puente saying, Ibiza. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. LA got the people saying, Amsterdam saying, Frisco saying, Switzerland saying, Sao Paulo saying, Joburg saying, Mexico saying, Stockholm saying, Jamaica. Prophet, feel whatever you like to like it. Yes, you can join us now. We like to love it. We like to love it. We like to love it.
Yeah. I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I'm from where the hammers rung. News cameras never come. You vanish every summer. Where the blue vans would come, we throw the work in the can and run. Where the plans was to get funded, skate up the set to achieve this goal quick. Faced with immeasurable odds, still I gave straight bets. Someone felt the most something and you nothing. Check. I'm from the other side where other guys don't walk too much. And girls from the projects went said we talk too much. So they ran up the time cause they sought them dudes to trust. I don't know what the they foul just like us. I'm from where the beef is inevitable, summertime's unforgettable. Boosters in abundance, buy half price sweater new. Your word was everything, so everything you said you do, you did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't living. I'm from where pull your card and argue all day about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas. With Z-Ball and Doves are at odds. At each other's throats for the love of foreign cars. The catch cases, hoping the judge R&Rs. But most times find themselves locked up behind bars. That all. I'm from where they ball and breed rhyme stars. I'm from Marcy, son. Just thought I'd remind y'all. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice.
So where you from?
I'm from the place where the church is the flakiest. And been praying to God so long that they atheists. Where you can't put your vest away and say you wear it tomorrow, cause the day after we'll be saying, I was just with him yesterday. I'm a block away from, not enough away from straight, yeah. You're laughing, you know the place well, with the base well. And government, politic they selves. When we call the cops to 18, cause they hop out of vans and spray things. And life expectancy so low, we making our wheels at 18s. Well, how you get rid of guys who step out of line, your rep solidifies. So tell me, when I rap, you think I could criticize? If this flies, God strike me. And I got a question, are you forgiving guys who live just like me? We never know. One day I prayed to you and said if I ever blow, I let them know the stakes and exactly what takes place in the ghetto. Promise fulfilled, still I feel my job ain't done. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. In many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. In many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. In many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Check. I'm from where they cross over and clap boards. Lost Jehovah in place of rap laws.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So for the Grizzlies, their last game, a win against the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. We've got Monroe, Hayward out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bogut in the pivot spot, manning the middle. And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract, Clark. Last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the jam by Craig Monroe.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra. Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he?
Oh!
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And the jam by Rudy Gay.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And the basket by Lillard.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Lowry passes to Randolph. Rebound by Monroe.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Hayward. Jordan with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
The Kings trail by 5. It's stolen by Lowry. Fast break, Memphis. And finished off by Gay.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
That's good. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The drive by Lowry. Memphis moving it around. Randolph kicks to Lowry. The dish to Gay. Look at that.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Three-pointer, Lillard. Stolen by Randolph. Thompson for the triple. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento.
Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
Mirotic is checked in for Andrew Bogut. The Kings trail by 10. And Lillard kicks to Leonard. Here's Monroe. And Jordan sends it back. They push it up 4 on 3. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And Randolph Clark can struggle in matchups against quicker power forwards of those spread fours.
Yeah, but even though he struggles on the perimeter against those guys, he punishes them when he gets them inside in his operating area at the offensive end. Most big men have a hard time dealing with him in the paint.
Very good point. Lowry against Lillard. And it's Lowry penetrating. Here's Jordan. And Mirotic sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Lowry inside the line. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Lowry's got his second basket of the night. The Kings trail by 12. Lillard dishes to Monroe. And he banks in the layup. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Lowry drives in. Randolph against Monroe. The shot, no good.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands, always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
The Kings trail by 10. Leonard kicks to Monroe. Stolen by Randolph. Outside Lowry. Rebound by the Kings. Monroe's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And Thompson kicks to Randolph. It's Gay with the drive. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Hayward against Thompson. Clock at 6. And then Gay with the dunk.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Lillard from outside. Stolen by Gay. Left side Lowry. Memphis moving it around. Thompson for the triple. Sacramento grabs the miss. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Lets it go from deep. The shot is off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush. And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Then for the Kings, Alex Len's checked in for Monroe. Shumpert comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Clarkson in for Damian Lillard. Hayward passes to Clarkson. The basket good off the assist from Hayward.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And Randolph throws it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
The Kings trail by 14. Hayward can't hit. And for Memphis, their shooting has been tremendous early. Their offense looking primed and ready for this matchup. The Kings shooting 45% from the floor since the...
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
And they're able to recover. Goes back up. Lowry with the ball. He has been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Barnes kicks to Jordan. He feeds it to Thompson. And Hayward with the block. They retain possession. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the for Jordan. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
And back to Mirotic last season, per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Hayward goes in, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve, effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Over in the corner, Livingston. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist. For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie. I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Ball stolen. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Barnes kicks to Arthur. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lowry. Randolph dishes to Arthur. They grab their own miss. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Grizzlies have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. And Randolph drops them both. And here's Clarkson. Shoots the 3. Can't get it to go.
Excellent job to track down the long board.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Memphis out in front, leading by 10. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes, and early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
They've got Livingston. Arthur out there with Chandler. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The Grizzlies have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent.
Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Here's Leonard. Count it from 12. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Darrell Arthur. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Kicks to Gay. 5 to shoot. Shumpert with the steal. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Leonard with the ball. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
Shumpert, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. JaVale McGee comes in for Chandler. And it's Klay Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. Here's Livingston. No good off the back of the rim. Leonard against Gay. Leonard kicks to Shumpert. Bogut tries in. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Here is Livingston. He's covered by Clarkson. McGee with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Shumpert passes to Clarkson. It's tipped. And stolen by Gay. On the wing, Thompson. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. And 11 points for Klay Thompson.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Timeout called by the Kings. The #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. And on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
Going back to Bogut's fanfare entering the league, was third in Rookie of the Year balloting. Then he went on to have some solid, if unspectacular years, though his shot blocking and defense were always strong.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Memphis. The Kings trailed by 12. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And then Gay with the dunk.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. And guys, one thing people often forget to mention about Bogut, his passing. What sets him apart as a big man is his court vision, and whether it's from the high post, low post, he can create opportunities for his teammates. You know, there are those who wonder if Gordon Hayward can lead a team to the promised land. However, as just a sophomore, he led a non-powerhouse college to a championship game. So, in fact, they were just one basket away from winning it all.
Rejected by Len. Clock at 4. And it's Lowry penetrating. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Lillard. The Kings trail by 13. Hayward. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. Going back to Hayward, he took that buzzer-beating half-court shot, Clark, that would have won his school the championship. You actually called that game, and it did hit the backboard and rim, but unfortunately did not go in.
Well, Hayward's the kind of guy who's willing to put his team on his back and try to carry him. He's willing to take that responsibility on. Whether he can deliver at the highest level, time will tell.
Lillard dishes to Covington. Kings moving the ball around. It's tipped. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got it. The fast break chance. Nobody near game. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
And stolen by Lillard. Here's Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got assist number 5 here tonight. And it's McGee with the jam.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
The drive by Lowry. And Thompson kicks to McGee. And for JaVale McGee, what was once such a promising career is now, Clark, I think, kind of at the crossroads.
Yeah, you know what? He is capable of being a major rim protector and rebounder, but I think teams are getting a little bit impatient with him because he's just not mature to the point that you would have expected.
And Memphis making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Well, the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have, Clark, some impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. Their road defense was a different story.
And Thompson kicks to McGee. And he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
The drive by Monroe. McGee with the block. On its way from Hayward for 2. 5 on the clock. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Here's Lowry. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
And as you mentioned with the Kings, they did shoot well on the road. Top 10 in the NBA in terms of road field goal percentage. And they actually shot threes better away from home as well. So the real question for them was on the defensive side of the ball.
The Kings have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
The Kings were only 11-30 on the road last season, guys. And being a bottom 5 defense on the road in the NBA is part of the reason for that.
Zach Randolph, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Covington passes to Hayward. That's short off the rim.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Lowry drives in. Wide open look. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Lowry's got the lead up to 14 now for Memphis. Lillard dishes to Monroe. And he slams it one-handed.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Here we go, one-on-one. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. That's 10 points for Gordon Hayward.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Here's Randolph. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%. The Kings trail by 12. Here's Monroe.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Lowry up top, covered by Lillard. Lowry against Lillard. Lowry drives in. Randolph. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Timeout called by the Kings. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Timeout called by the Kings. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Memphis. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And there's Barbosa. That's good on the assist by Lowry. Barbosa's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, the fast break has really been good to him here, and they're clicking in transition.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 scores have come from fast break opportunities. They have made the most of their chances.
And here we go. Shumpert heading to the hoop.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a...
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Lowry from outside. Shot is off. So the Kings will take it the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. How about that, breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Lowry kicks to Barbosa. Back to Lowry. Pass to Barbosa. Down low. Memphis moving that ball around. Barnes can't get it to go. The Kings trail by 12. Clarkson with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Kyle Lowry. Leonard with no one around. And it's Leonard again missing.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the paint. Here's Randolph. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
And the pass to Shumpert. Down low. Here's Mirotic. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Zach Randolph. The Kings have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
He hits both from the stripe. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here is Livingston. Here's Arthur. And the first half is now in the books. Grizzlies lead by 12. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. We'll get back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Rudy Gay having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Boy, what a great game for Gay. He has 18 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Sacramento, Amon Shumpert is out there with Clarkson. Then there's Mirotic. Then it's Bogut. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Sacramento making some changes. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Mirotic. Hayward comes in for Shumpert. And Lillard subbed in for Clarkson. Lillard the pass to Bogut. And stolen by Jordan. And finished off by Gay.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
From the left block, Monroe, no good. Memphis leading by 14. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer, and at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
That one goes. Count it. And it's now 23 points for Gay.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, is really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Lillard dishes to Hayward. And Lillard kicks to Leonard. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Bogut the pass to Hayward. Again the miss by Hayward.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
And another fast break for the Memphis Grizzlies. They're running. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Gay kicks to Jordan. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Damian Lillard is a two-time All-Star. He just keeps getting better and better, and I love his demeanor on the floor. He seems a lot older than he really is.
Yeah, he's got an old head, and he's got a very even-keeled disposition about him, which serves him well. He almost missed the All-Star game last season and was an injury replacement.
And for Lillard, that motivation. Remember, he got cut from Team USA a couple summers ago in favor of Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving. And Lillard calls it wood on the fire. Those things keep him focused and also hungry.
Here's Lowry. 10 points for him. Feeds it to Randolph. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And remember, Lillard, the former Rookie of the Year, he's had his snubs, but also he's gotten some recognition. Even playing in the Pacific Northwest, he's got his own signature shoe now, and his star definitely on the rise.
And Zach Randolph drops them both. Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Zebo. I mean, he's a classic power forward and always gives you the numbers, even though he still plays under the rim.
Here's Gay. Baseline try. And he hits the jump shot. Gay's got 9 points here in the second half. Lillard dishes to Hayward. Lillard, the pass to Leonard. 9 feet out. No good from Bogut.
And, you know, for Randolph, he's been in the league so long and still puts up double-double numbers. Averaged a double-double in 8 of his last 10 seasons. Remarkable.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Barnes, he's checked in for Memphis. Shot clock at 5. It's Gay with the drive.
And for Zach Randolph, at his experience level, to put up 15 and 10 or better, the last player to do that back in 1999. So it's a rare feat.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
And guys, you see how Rudy Gay just exploded last season in the second half. I mean, I think he felt at ease in George Karl's system. And I think that's one reason why you're starting to see just how good Rudy Gay can be.
And again, Memphis no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
It's stolen by Bogut. Inside, Leonard attacking. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 4 assists in the game. For a long time, critics have gotten on Gay for his lack of efficiency, but he quieted some of those voices, Clark, last year with his play and stats.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, across the board, he made nice improvements, not only in his scoring, but also his ability to create shots for others.
2 shots.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
And Memphis making a change here. McGee's checked in. Memphis leading by 21. Memphis moving it around. There's Gay. Sacramento grabs the miss. Monroe's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
Cut the bucket. And that's 13 points for Klay Thompson.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Hayward kicks to Bogut. Stolen by McGee. Thompson dishes to Gay. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. Lillard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Monroe the pass to Lillard. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half. And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
It's deflected. And stolen by Hayward. To the middle. And he elevates for the slam dunk. JaVale McGee did not like that. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
Barnes dishes to Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Barnes. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Matt Barnes is checked in for Memphis. Livingston comes in for Kyle Lowry. The Kings trail by 20. And Lillard kicks to Monroe. And stolen by Barnes. Thompson inside the line. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And that's 15 points for Klay Thompson. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Memphis.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Lillard attacking. Got a hand on it. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Here is Livingston, covered by Lillard. Here's Barnes. Rejected by Monroe. Sacramento's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Leonard. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for JaVale McGee. Arthur comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Ooh, yes, huge. Hayward passes to Bogut. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's now 8 points for Andrew Bogut.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game. That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender. That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Leonard dishes to Hayward. That's good. Hayward's got 4 points this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Lillard from outside. Here's Monroe. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
There's the feed to Barbosa. Right side, Randolph. Chandler up top. 6 to shoot. Oh! He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Again, the miss by the Kings. Memphis has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Livingston kicks to Chandler. Barbosa for 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career.
And here's the fast break. Arthur, no good.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. Ashamed to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
And it's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Clarkson passes to Mirotic. Sacramento moving it around to the inside. So another turnover for Memphis. Barbosa for 3. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Randolph kicks to Livingston. Dishes it to Chandler. Leandro Barbosa on the wing. Shumpert with the steal. Stops. Pops. And that's good off the glass that time. Clarkson's got 9.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006. And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
From the arc. Shot is no good. And Shumpert kicks to Clarkson. It's stolen by Arthur. Look. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And the Grizzlies leading by 22. Gay and Randolph are the forwards. Lowry out there with Thompson. And it's Jordan in at the 5, down low. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Clarkson. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gay's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Rebounded by Clarkson. Covington dishes to Shumpert. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Shot's good by Gay.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Clarkson passes to Len. Rejected by Randolph. Now running, here comes Lowry pushing the ball up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Kings ball.
.60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Clarkson kicks to Covington. Len dishes to Clarkson. Rejected by Randolph. And he's able to get it back. They get it again. Len passes to Clarkson. Len kicks to Covington. Will not go. This is off the front iron. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Fades back. Thompson misses. For Sacramento, they've gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now.
A long wind-up and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
I sure hope not.
Passes to Jordan. Back to Thompson. Releases. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And it's going to go on Amon Shumpert. Well, from the moment he stepped into the league, Klay Thompson was lights out in terms of shooting. Clark, he has never had a problem knocking one down.
Well, the first player in league history to notch 500 made threes in his first 3 seasons in the league. That is remarkable.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. JaVale McGee's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Arthur comes in for Zach Randolph. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And it's Livingston in for Kyle Lowry. Here is Livingston, covered by Lillard. Livingston kicks to McGee. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got his 5th assist in this one.
And for Thompson, his three-pointer was his calling card early on, but I love the way he's expanded his game every season. He's become a very good defender and broadened his offensive game as well.
Monroe. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, and speaking of Thompson expanding his game, he's also come out of his shell a little bit. Very quiet early on, but he has gotten more and more comfortable in the league and becoming more outspoken. And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic, Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area, and there's still value in that.
Some changes for Memphis. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. And a change for Sacramento. Leonard, he's checked in for Robert Covington. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Barbosa, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Lillard with no one around. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Livingston dishes to Barnes. Leonard with the steal. That's a 2 from Lillard. Lillard again missing.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Barbosa gets the bucket.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
Here is Livingston. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they both shot the ball since the break.
Lillard the pass to Mirotic. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. It's rebounded by Leonard. Sacramento's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. They get it back. For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
To the inside. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Barnes. And that one's good. Shumpert.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Barbosa kicks to Barnes. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
And Memphis making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Arthur dishes to Livingston. Baseline J on the way. And he knocks down the jumper. Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Lillard the pass to Leonard. Got a piece of it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
3-pointer, Lillard. Arthur grabs the board. Arthur's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Nobody near Barnes. The 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Lillard. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you.
He doesn't get the second one. And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Sacramento also making some changes. Bogut comes in for Mirotic, and Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Iman Shumpert. Here's Gay. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received the car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
A shot by Hayward, wide open. Offline with his 3. Thompson from long range. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And that's now 24 points for Klay Thompson. Pass to Hayward. He kicks to Bogut. Red ball booming here by the Kings. Offensive rebound. Got a hand on it. They get it back. And stolen by Barnes. Monroe against Gay. He dishes it to Barnes. He feeds it to Thompson. Clock at 6. And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Here's Monroe. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Leonard against Gay. Jordan kicks to Thompson. Rejected by Monroe. Gay, that's a 2-pointer. And that one comes up a bit short. The Kings shooting here about 46% for the game. 3-pointer, Lillard.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
From deep, Gay. So it's Sacramento now. Bogut dishes to Monroe. Kicks to Lillard. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
To the paint. Here's Barnes. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
And the basket by Bogut.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Here's Gay. And that one is stuffed right through.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
On its way from Hayward for two. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. .124 left in the fourth quarter. Monroe the pass to Bogut. 6 to shoot. Leonard kicks to Bogut. Monroe left side. Over Barnes. And Monroe with the basket on the assist by Bogut.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah. And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It will go down as their 48th win.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Rudy Gay. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. To the middle, and stolen by Barnes. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And then Gay with the dunk.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
So it's the Grizzlies now. Down low. Leonard with the steal. And now Bogut running the floor all by himself. And the basket by Lillard.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Well, this one is winding down now. Memphis can watch the clock run out. Jordan dishes to Lowry. Back to Jordan. Can't connect. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans too, Kevin,
want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me run the same course. I'm slipping down a chain reaction, and here I go, here I go, here I go, go. And once again I'm yours in fractions. It takes me down, pulls me down, pulls me down low. Honey, it's raining tonight, but storms always have an eye, have an eye. Tell me you're covered tonight, or tell me lies, tell me lies. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me, we're the same course. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me run the same course. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I'm better under your reflection. But did you know, did you know, did you know, no, that's anybody else that's met ya? It's all the same, all the same, all the same glow. Honey, it's raining tonight, but storms always have an eye, have an eye. Tell me you're covered tonight, or tell me lies, tell me lies. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me, we're the same course. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me run the same course. You and me run the same course. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me run the same course.
Can't be sleeping, keep on waking without the woman next to me. Guilt is burning, inside I'm hurting. This ain't a feeling I can keep, so blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me, don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me, don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. So blame it on the night. Hit on my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flagrant foul. Your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now, you slacking in goaltending. My actions are bone chilling. Got the home court advantage. I'm back on the road winning.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come
I gotta
from.
hold a city down anyhow. They gon' have to really bow. Totally dominate the game in front of any crowd. I keep it 100 while you only keep it 50 thou. I could conquer any style. Victory is in me now. My time is now. Who said it was later? It comes natural. I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they've been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges, I embarrass them. They a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the public. I serve a purpose. You nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.